Hello student, let us enter into the session 4 of a probability. Today I will be telling you some laws, very important law on which there are many questions in exercise also. Then we will solve, as I promised you, then we will solve some question of exercise 1.2 also. There are some important law on page number 27 and article 1.5, and these laws are very important. Many questions comes in a board exam related to this, and there are many examples also. I think there are 15 to 20 examples depending upon this law. So first of all, one by one I will be telling you law. Some of the laws are familiar to you, not like this, but little bit like this. In a set theory you may came across this type of a property. On that property we got some laws. So one by one we are going to see laws and then questions of exercise 1.2. So it's a session 4. Heading is article 1.5, law of addition of probability. Law of addition of probability. Now why they say addition? Because you will see that as in the previous session I told you about the intersection and union. This intersection and union are going to be converted into the form of a addition. One very important law is probability of A union B. U stands for union. So probability of A union B is equal to probability of A, probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. Same type of property is there in a set theory also. In a set theory we got a same type of formula, but that formula is not for probability. That formula is for number of element A union B is equal to number of element of A, number of element of B minus number of element of A intersection B. So modifying that law we got this one. So probability of A union B is equal to probability of A, probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. A intersection B means common in this two, A and B. If there is something common in A and B, then you will have to subtract. Then you will get a probability of A and B. And see, A union B is converted into the form of addition and as well as subtraction. That's why it's called law of addition or addition and subtraction. Now there is one modified case also. It's given as a third rule. I made it as a part of this rule only. If A intersection B is equal to null set, what does it mean? It's some suppose A and B are mutually exclusive even, then naturally probability of A intersection B is equal to 0. Then above formula will be modified like this. Probability of A union B is equal to PA plus PB, because A intersection B is going to be 0. So this is first law. Similarly we got a second law. If question comes for more than 3 marks, more than 4 marks or around 4 marks, then surely you will get a question around this. Now here 3 events are involved. Earlier 2 events were involved. If 2 events are involved, then use first law. But if 3 events are involved, then go for this law. A, B and C are 3 non-empty, non-null event, means they have some elements, then probability of A union B union C is equal to, you will have to remember this formula. In your book it is clearly given that proof is not required. We will accept this formula without proof. So probability of A union B union C is equal to probability of A plus probability of B plus probability of C minus probability of A intersection B minus probability of A intersection C minus probability of B intersection C. Remember, plus probability of A intersection B intersection C. This is rule number 2. This is law number 2. Here, if you are talking about all the 3 events together, then it can be found with the help of this formula. See, again we got addition and subtraction. That's why it comes under the heading of law of addition. Once more I am repeating, PA plus PB plus PC minus probability of A intersection B minus probability of A intersection C minus probability of B intersection C plus probability of A intersection B intersection C. There are many questions, there are many examples. Gradually we are going to do. Now modified cases. In book it is given as a separate law, but here I took it as a modified case. Here in a modified case, if probability of A intersection B, probability of A intersection C, probability of B intersection C and probability of A intersection B intersection C is equal to 0, means individually their values are 0 together. Individually not 0. This will be 0, this will be 0, this will be 0, this will be 0. Then this type of events are called mutually exclusive event. This type of event is called mutually exclusive event. Then this law will be like this. Probability of A union B union C. I have not written this on a board, but you can see in the textbook. Then this law will be like this. Probability of A union B union C is equal to probability of A plus probability of B plus probability of C. When question will be directly given as that these events are mutually exclusive event, then this formula will be modified like this. If three events are mutually exclusive event, you will have to read question carefully. If you find that three events are mutually exclusive, then this big formula will be reduced into the form of probability of A plus probability of B plus probability of C. See, again it's like a law of addition only. Then there is one more modified case, and it's very important. I marked it as a 2 star, very important property, and very frequently we see the question on this. If all the two events means two events are mutually exclusive as well as exhaustive, means their intersection is null set and their union is universal set. It can be written in this way also, probability of U. Then probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B. It is equal to 1. Surely you will get the question of a 3 to 4 marks in the exam. If not like this, then there is one more modified form. I call it as a triple star property. It's a modified form of a third only. I call it as a rule number 4. Now here in a rule number 4, it's a modified form of a rule number 2 only. Again, if there are three events, all three events are null events, non-null events, means they have some elements and they are mutually exclusive as well as exhaustive. Then the big formula, the formula number 2, can be reduced into the form of probability of A union B, probability of A union B union C is equal to probability of A plus probability of B plus probability of C is equal to 1. This is very important. Either 1 marks question, maybe of objective type, or maybe 2 marks or 4 marks question can be asked. There are many examples, there are many questions in exercise 1.3 that we are going to see in the next session. Now in this session, some questions of a previous exercise. As I promised you, gradually we are going to do the remaining questions of exercise. So I have selected one important question from exercise 1.2. That question says, question is not written in the board, on the board. You go through the textbook. Part of the question is, universal set is given in that particular question. U is equal to 1, 2, 3 up to 120 member. Immediately you write total member. I told you. Now we will find the probability, means last session I told you definition of probability. Probability of any event is equal to M upon N. M is what? Number of favorable events. N is what? Total number of outcome, total number of members of sample space. So now using this formula you will have to solve this question. There are 4 to 5 parts. I am going to solve most of the parts. Just try to listen. I have picked up a important as well as easy question to understand. Then we will go for some harder one. So again, question number 1 itself is given like this. Universal set is given 1 to 120 members, natural number. So total members are 120. All the outcomes are equiprobable. This is one important condition. If it is given, well and good. Otherwise, in our book, we are going to accept it as a equiprobable. In higher classes there can be other condition, but in our book, even though if it is not given, you accept it as a equiprobable event. So all the events are equiprobable event. Now question number 1 is, question number 1, part 1 is, find the probabilities of an event having multiple of 3. I am reading out that question. Find the probability of event which got a member of a multiple of 3. So immediately use the knowledge of set theory. Suppose A is that event which we are talking about. So if it is a multiple of 3, what are the members? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 goes on up to last member is 120. Now you count these members, you will find that these members are going to be 40. No need of making all the members, you can directly get the numbers just by your arithmetic progression type of a property also. Otherwise, if you want to write, 120 is within our limit. So 3, 6, 9, 12 up to 120, total members are 40, 43 is 120, automatically you will get the number of favorable event 40. Total number of events already I told you 120. So see that formula m by n. So probability of A event is 40 upon 120, that is 1 by 3. Then it's like a objective type question. If suppose this type of question comes, so there can be a second part, not multiple of 3. Now it's a easy no doubt, but remember here they are using a concept of complementary event. Already during the definition I told you what is that complementary event. If you are asked to find the complementary events, then probability of A dash, symbol of complementary, is equal to 1 minus probability of A, means 1 minus 1 by 3. 1 by 3 we got by calculating this probability of A. So answer will be 2 by 3. Then there is one more part, third part, multiple of 4. Here it was multiple of 3. Now if you are going for multiple of 4, go for a table of 4. So it will be 4, 8, 12, again up to 120. If you count all the members, no need of writing all the members, you just use the not guessing, but use your common sense. 120 divided by 4, automatically 30 members will be there. So see the probability of B, 30 upon 120. So answer will be probability of B is equal to 1 by 4. Again one of the part is given, not multiple of 4. There is one more part given. Go through the question. I have written a solution of this question. Not multiple of 4. Not means complementary. So probability of B dash is equal to 1 minus 1 by 4. That is 3 by 4. One more part is that is important. Out of this whole part, the last part is important as well as slightly tricky one. Multiple of both 3 and 4. When we say and, it means that common in this two, common in A set, common in B set. So find out the multiple of 3 and multiple of 4 in which common members are there. So I have written some of the common members. 12 will be in A also, 12 will be in B. 24 in dash 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 comes, 36 in dash 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 comes in this two. And last member naturally 120 is common in both the members. So multiple of both 3 and 4. So total member will be 10. You count it out. 12, 24, 36, 48. In that way, you will get the 10 members. So probability, and I call this event as a C. So probability of C, 10 by 120. So answer will be 1 by 12. And again, it's not given in your book. If they say not multiple of both 3 and 4, then 1 minus 1 by 12, you will get the answer 11 by 12. So this is one very important question of exercise 1.2. Now one very important question of exercise 1.2. It's a very important question, and here they are using a concept of, in this solution, we are going to use concept of a level class combination. First of all, partially I am going to read out that question, but actual question you see in your textbook. Intentionally I took a question number 14, and that question number 14 is, there are 8 workers in a factory. 3 workers are excellent in efficiency, means their efficiency is good. rest are moderate in efficiency. So we have to select two workers out of this three, and there are different criteria given. Once more I am repeating that question. There are 8 workers in a factory. 3 workers are excellent in their efficiency, working efficiency, and rest are moderate efficiency. So rest means what? Out of 8, 3 is gone, so 5 are moderate in efficiency. Now, question is given if 2 workers are randomly selected. See, now after seeing the question, 8 workers, 3 are excellent in efficiency, remaining means 5 are moderate efficiency, 2 workers are randomly selected. Selected means, remember in 11th class, many times I told you, as soon as the word selected comes, then combination comes. Now first of all, since they are asking you to find the probability of 3 different cases, so when to find the probability we require M and N. So in general for all the 3 parts of this question, N will be 8 members out of which 2 is to be selected. So answer will be, N will be, the first part of the answer will be 8C2, 8 combination 2. So how to solve this? In 11th I told you 8C2 means 8 into 7 divided by 2. So total number of outcome will be 28. Again I am repeating. So in all the such type of question, if there are many parts, N will be always common. So first of all you find the N, you will start getting the marks from here onwards. Remember, the word should be selected. If it is arranged, then we will use a permutation. That we will see in other question. Now, first part is both the workers have excellent efficiency. Now come on, how many persons are having excellent efficiency? 3. 3 person in which both are having excellent efficiency. So 3C2. Now M we will find because formula is M upon N. So 3C2 and moderate we don't want. So 5C0. 5C0 11th class I told you 1 and 3C2 means 3 into 2 divided by 2. So 3. So suppose A is the event which represent this particular criteria, then probability of A is equal to 3, that is M is 3 and total members are 28. So this is first part of the answer. Now second part of the answer is both the workers have moderate efficiency. Now already I told you moderate efficiency persons are 5. Now 5 person and both the persons are having moderate efficiency. So again our M will be 5C2 into 3C0 because this good efficiency, excellent efficiency we don't require. Again if you solve 5 into 4 divided by 2, that will be 10, it will be 10 and 3C0 is equal to 1. So this is the way 2 cancel with 4, it will be 2. So 5 2s are 10 and 3C0 means 1. So answer of second event, I call it as a B event. Earlier one was called as a event. So probability of B event will be 10 upon 28. If you want to cancel, then 5 upon 14 will be the answer of B event, second event. Third one is both the types of a skilled person. One moderate efficiency, another one is good, excellent efficiency. So I called that event as a C, and M will be equal to, for C event, M will be equal to 5C1 into 3C1. Both the types of member will be there. I call this event as a C event. So C event got total M is equal to 15. Again, probability of C event will be, that is one worker will be having excellent efficiency, another one will be having moderate efficiency. So probability of C will be 15 by 28. This question is very important. Many times we get it in exam for 3 marks. So see, 11th class combination chapter plays a very important role in our probability. Some more question we are going to do in our next session.